Beloved one, do not look away. Do not scroll. Do not close your eyes to this sacred moment, because what I am about to tell you carries the weight of heaven itself. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but this very second, as your heart beats in your chest, the realms above are stirring, and a trembling has begun in the unseen world. And it is for you. Heaven has sent me with a message unlike any other you have ever received. It is rare, it is urgent, and it is sealed with the authority of Archangel Michael himself. I must speak plainly, because the time for hesitation is over. Trembling, because the weight of what you are carrying, the battles you are fighting in silence, and the chains that have tried to hold you have pressed so heavily upon your spirit that even your assigned angel, the heavenly being who has guarded you since the day you were born, feels the strain of the warfare raging over your life. Your angel trembles not from weakness, but from urgency. Trembles not because you are forgotten, but because the heavens are thundering with activity on your behalf. You are at the edge of a shift so powerful that if you step away from this message, you may miss the moment your destiny opens. That is why I plead with you, stay with me. Do not let distractions steal this divine announcement. Think about the last time your chest grew tight with worry. Your hands shook with hidden anxiety, or you felt chills crawl over your skin even. When the room was warm, those sensations were not random. They were signals. They were physical echoes of the invisible war surrounding you. And today, heaven chose to expose that war and reveal its conclusion. Right now, as you read these words, you are being pulled into a conversation that was prepared long before you clicked here. This is not chance. This is not coincidence. The fact that your eyes are fixed here, that your heart is leaning in, is the first sign that the heavens are aligning to break something open in your life. Beloved, you have been whispered about in courts higher than any earthly judge. Archangel Michael himself has carried your name into the presence of the Almighty, and the decree has been spoken. The trembling will end, and the breakthrough will begin. But before you receive, you must understand why the urgency is so great. You know those restless nights when you turned over and over, unable to sleep. Those nights when your pillow was wet with tears nobody saw. Those silent battles when your chest felt heavy, but you told everyone, "I'm fine." Heaven saw every single one of those moments. Nothing was hidden. Nothing was lost. And right now, the books of remembrance are being opened, and your name is inscribed in golden letters. Do you feel it? Even now, as you read, a strange energy might be stirring in your body. Goosebumps on your skin, a shiver down your spine, a tightening in your chest. Do not dismiss it. That is confirmation. That is how the Spirit marks this message as true. I need you to understand, not everyone receives a message like this. These kinds of prophetic releases are rare, set apart for the chosen ones who have endured storms longer than they thought they could survive. And you are one of them. You were led here because you have been chosen to receive an alert that will change the course of your days. This is why the message begins with urgency. This is why the angel trembles. It is heaven's way of saying, "Beloved child, your time has come. Do not turn away. Do not let go. Stay." Because in the next moments, secrets will be uncovered, chains will be named and shattered, and the life you thought was locked in delay will suddenly burst into motion. But it begins here, now, with your decision to believe. So take a deep breath, let your heart steady, and lean closer, because I am about to take you deeper into what Archangel Michael himself has decreed for your life. And once you hear it, you will never see your journey the same way again. Beloved one, let us not pretend. Heaven has sent me to speak directly into the very shadows you've tried so hard to hide. You have smiled in public, but in the secret places of your soul, tears have flowed like rivers. The message today is not only about breakthrough, but also about the silent battles that wore you down long before anyone noticed. You have walked through nights so heavy that your chest ached as if it carried stones. You have laid awake, staring at the ceiling, whispering prayers that felt unanswered, asking, "Does anyone see me? Does anyone hear me?" And the silence mocked you. Friends did not understand. Family members turned their heads. Even those closest to you, the ones who should have protected your heart, sometimes became the ones who wounded it most deeply. Do not think heaven overlooked this. Every hidden sigh, every clenched fist under the blanket, every scream you swallowed so no one else would hear, all of it was recorded. The courts of heaven have preserved your story, and this is why Archangel Michael trembles, because the weight of injustice, the burden of betrayal, and the agony of delay have reached their limit. The cry of your soul has touched the very throne of God. Let me tell you the truth you have secretly known, but never dared to say aloud. You were right. You were right to feel broken. You were right to sense something was wrong. You were right when your spirit told you that you were not being treated fairly. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise. Heaven confirms today your instincts were correct. You have been overlooked when you should have been honored. You have been silenced when your voice carried wisdom. You have been dismissed as too weak, too emotional, too much of a burden, when in reality, the very sensitivity they mocked was your gift. It was your divine radar, your spiritual compass, the proof that you were not ordinary, but chosen. But because of this gift, you carried pain more deeply. You felt betrayal more intensely. When people left you, it was not just abandonment, it was a tearing of your soul. When promises were broken, it was not just disappointment, it was as if the ground itself cracked beneath your feet. And so you learned to hide your tears, to build walls, to say, "I'm fine," when you were not. Beloved, you thought you were alone in this. You thought nobody noticed when you whispered in the dark, "God, I can't do this anymore." But heaven noticed. Your angel was beside you when the tears rolled down your face. Archangel Michael himself carried your groans as evidence before the Almighty Dot. Do you remember the moment when you felt invisible, when everyone else seemed to move forward? Doors opening for them, while you stood still, wondering why every door slammed shut in your face. That was not failure. That was not rejection. That was heaven's delay, protecting you from walking through doors that would have destroyed you. And yet, the delay still hurt. The waiting became unbearable. Days stretched into months, months into years. And every time hope flickered, disappointment came like a storm to snuff it out. You began to ask, maybe I am cursed, maybe I am forgotten. No, beloved, you are neither cursed nor forgotten. You are engraved on the very palms of the Almighty's hands. Listen closely. Your past betrayals were not signs of abandonment. They were signs of your calling. Those who walked away did not disprove your worth. They revealed their inability to carry the treasure you are. The disappointment you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. Every sleepless night carved out the depth of compassion in you that heaven intends to use for others. And even though people may have forgotten the promises they made to you, heaven did not forget. God counted every tear. God remembered every word. God wrote every pain into the book of your life. Not to shame you, but to redeem you. This is why the angel trembles, because your season of silent endurance has reached its divine limit. Suffering that seemed endless is now standing before a heavenly deadline. And the message today is heaven's way of saying, enough has been recorded. Now it is time to restore. Beloved one, I need you to understand something that the enemy has tried to keep hidden from you. Your suffering was not meaningless. The sleepless nights, the unanswered questions, the betrayals that left you gasping for air. They were all part of a battle far greater than you imagined. You were not merely enduring life. You were enduring warfare. Heaven saw when you tried to explain your pain to others only to be dismissed. You're too sensitive, they said. You're imagining things, they claimed. But you were not imagining. You were discerning. You felt what others refused to see. And heaven confirms today that your instincts were correct. You were walking through a storm no one else could measure. And do you know why it hurt so deeply? Because the blows came not only from enemies, but from those you loved, from the very ones you trusted, from the very hands you once held close. Their silence cut deeper than their words ever could. Their absence screamed louder than their presence. And in those moments, you wondered if but he had not. Even in your darkest valleys, your angel was by your side, trembling under the weight of the war waged against you. Every night you thought you were alone. You were not. Every sigh that slipped from your chest was caught in the hands of heaven. Every tear that burned your eyes was counted, numbered, and treasured. Beloved, you thought your story was too small for heaven to care about. But let me tell you with absolute certainty, you were the very focus of heaven's gaze. Your cries were never too soft to be heard. Your heartbreak was never too hidden to be seen. When others brushed past you, God leaned in closer. When others forgot, the Almighty remembered. Think back, how many times did you give your best, only to be met with rejection? How many times did you love with pure intention, only to be repaid with betrayal? How many times did you pour yourself out, only to be left empty, discarded, overlooked? Heaven kept count. Heaven wrote it down. Heaven witnessed every moment you thought was invisible. And here is the divine truth. None of it will be wasted. The very scars you carry are proof of the battles you survived. The very wounds that nearly broke you are the openings through which heaven's light will now shine. Your pain has become evidence that the enemy fought you so hard because he feared what you would become. Beloved child, you were never weak. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. And today, Archangel Michael stands trembling, not in defeat, but in anticipation. The trembling is the sign that the warfare surrounding you is reaching its end. The trembling is heaven's alarm clock, ringing to wake you up to the truth. Your long night is giving way to morning. The message you are receiving today is not given to everyone. It is sacred. It is rare. It is a confirmation to your heart that all the hidden agony, all the silenced cries, all the delays that chained you're about to turn into testimonies of deliverance. Heaven declares your story is shifting. Your tears are seeds, and the harvest is near. Your pain was the dark soil, but now the roots of destiny are breaking through. And soon, the world will see what heaven always knew, that you were chosen, preserved, and set apart. So do not despise your suffering. Do not curse your tears. For the very things you thought would destroy you have become the evidence that heaven uses to justify your restoration. And this is why this message could not wait another moment, because heaven has already validated your pain, and now heaven prepares to validate your victory. Beloved one, you have heard the cry of your own heart, but now you must hear the voice of heaven's authority. This is not the whisper of man, not the echo of imagination, but the decree of the Almighty delivered through His appointed messenger. You must understand who speaks on your behalf and why this message comes with such trembling urgency. From the beginning of time, God has assigned angels to guard His children. Scripture says He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. You are not alone in this world. You never were. There has always been a watcher, a guardian, a heavenly warrior standing between you and the forces that wanted to consume you. That angel has been with you in every trial, and today heaven reveals that your angel is trembling, not in defeat, but in expectation of what is about to break through. And above all, angels, there is one who leads the armies of heaven, Archangel Michael. He is not just another messenger. He is heaven's general, the warrior who fought for Israel, the one who contended with the prince of Persia, the one whose sword blazes with holy fire. He is the angel of warfare, the defender of destinies, the protector of God's chosen. And it is His voice, His trembling, His presence that heaven has assigned to your life in this hour. Do you understand the weight of this? Messages of comfort can come from many, but messages of divine urgency, sealed with the trembling of Archangel Michael, are rare beyond measure. This is not a coincidence. This is not common. This is a sacred moment that heaven has scripted specifically for you. When Michael trembles, it is because heaven has reached a decision. When Michael trembles, it is because the warfare over your life is tipping in your favor. And when Michael trembles, it is because the enemies that stood against you are about to be silenced by decree. I must tell you plainly, you are not reading this by chance. Heaven chose you. Heaven scheduled this encounter. The fact that your eyes are fixed here is the confirmation that you are counted among the chosen ones who receive rare revelations. Beloved, not everyone receives a message from Archangel Michael. Many cry out for help, but only a few are marked for personal delivery of divine instruction. Today, you are that chosen vessel. Hear me well. Heaven's courts are not like earthly courts. In earthly courts, evidence can be hidden, truth can be twisted, and verdicts can be delayed. But in heaven's court, nothing is overlooked, nothing is forgotten, and every tear you cried became testimony on your behalf. Archangel Michael stands in that courtroom, presenting the record of your battles, declaring to the Almighty, this one has endured, this one has been faithful, this one must now be vindicated, and heaven has agreed. And I, as a prophetic messenger, stand to tell you, your case has been ruled in your favor. Beloved one, I do not speak from imagination, I speak from vision. Even as I release these words, I see in the spirit realms doors that were bolted, shut, now swinging open with force. I see chains snapping like brittle twigs under the fire of God's command. I see your name glowing like light in the book of destiny, while enemies scatter in confusion. This is not poetic language. This is prophetic revelation. Your angel trembles because the order has been released. The trembling is the vibration of transition, the shaking that comes before doors burst open, the stirring that happens when heaven begins to move on earth. And hear this, Archangel Michael does not tremble for everyone. He does not stir at ordinary moments. He trembles only when heaven's warfare has reached its climax, when the verdict has been sealed, when the destiny of a child of God is about to break forth. That is why you must not dismiss this message. Beloved, you carry more weight in the spirit than you realize. The enemy has known it, which is why he fought you so relentlessly. People saw weakness, but the enemy saw threat. People saw delay, but the enemy saw destiny. And now heaven confirms it. You were not wrong to feel different. You were not wrong to sense that your life carried unusual weight. It is because you were chosen for unusual blessing. Listen carefully. Your authority does not come from your own strength. It comes from heaven's decree. When Michael fights for you, it is not because of who you are in the eyes of men, but because of who you are in the eyes of God. And heaven says, you are anointed, you are appointed, you are sealed. This is why the trembling matters. This is why the message comes under urgent alert. Because when the general of heaven's armies trembles, the earth must pay attention. And today, you are the reason he trembles. Beloved child, your authority is not borrowed, it is inherited. You are not begging for scraps of favor. You are walking into the inheritance already written for you. This message is heaven's way of handing you the scroll, saying, it is yours. Step into it. Take possession. So lift your head. wipe your tears, straighten your shoulders. You are not a victim of endless battles. You are the heir of divine promises. You are not waiting for permission. You already have heaven's decree. And as Archangel Michael trembles, the heavens roar with one truth. The time of your vindication has come, beloved one. Lean in closely now, for this is where the veil begins to tear. You have walked through the darkness. You have endured the silence. But today heaven opens the hidden book of your destiny and reveals what was concealed. This is not guesswork. This is revelation. And once you hear it, you will never see your story the same way again. The trembling of your angel is not random. It is the sign that something long hidden is being dragged into the light. For years, forces have worked against you in secret, invisible hands, blocking opportunities. Unseen whispers poisoning relationships. Shadows pressing against your progress. You thought it was just bad luck. You thought it was just coincidence. But heaven reveals today, these were not coincidences. These were assignments of the enemy designed to delay and drain you. Heaven says, your struggles were never proof of weakness, but proof of threat. The very reason the enemy fought you so fiercely was because he saw what you could not, the crown of destiny set upon your head. The doors of inheritance waiting for you, the anointing that would break chains for others. He knew if you ever discovered who you truly are, no chain could hold you, no voice could silence you, but no darkness could dim your light. That is why he sought to crush you before you could rise. Beloved, hear this clearly. The betrayers in your life were not just careless people. They were instruments, knowingly or unknowingly, of that resistance. The delays were not accidents. They were barriers placed by hands that feared your breakthrough. The endless cycles of disappointment were not normal. They were patterns, crafted to wear you down until you surrendered your faith. But heaven declares today, the cycle is breaking. The trembling of your angel is the alarm that the warfare has reached its conclusion. The chains that held you are weakening. The barriers that blocked you are cracking. The hidden enemies that once laughed in secret will soon be silenced in public. And why now? Because the fullness of time has come. Divine timing is no accident. Heaven moves in seasons, and your season of delay has expired. The same way night cannot resist the dawn, your struggle cannot resist the shift that has already been spoken over you. The trembling of Michael is the vibration of shackles snapping, of promises being released. Beloved, see it in the spirit. I see a crown descending upon your head, glowing with light so bright that every shadow flees. I see a great door made of iron creaking open, as if centuries of rust suddenly give way to fire. I see chains falling from your wrists and ankles, breaking into dust beneath your feet. And I hear the heavens declare, what was stolen will be restored. What was delayed will be released. What was hidden will now shine. This is not poetic fancy. This is prophetic imagery. When I speak of chains, it is because spiritual restrictions are being broken. When I speak of crowns, it is because your inheritance is being placed upon you. When I speak of doors, it is because opportunities long withheld are about to open. Beloved, your angel trembles because he has been fighting on your behalf in realms you could not see. Do you recall the story of Daniel when he prayed for 21 days? The angel came and said, "From the first day you set your heart to understand, your prayer was heard. But the prince of Persia resisted me." Even then, Archangel Michael came to fight, and breakthrough was delivered. The same is true for you. From the first night, you whispered, "Help me, God." Your case was recorded, but resistance rose in the spirit. Princes of darkness, jealous adversaries, invisible forces tried to choke the answer before it reached you. And yet, Michael fought. Your angel battled. And today, the trembling is the sign that victory has been secured. Beloved, do not underestimate this moment. Some spend lifetimes without such revelation. But you are hearing heaven's strategy for your life right now. The enemy who opposed you is exposed. The time that felt wasted is redeemed. The inheritance that seemed unreachable is within your GRASPIC tables turning. I see enemies who mocked you now silenced in awe. I see those who once dismissed you watching in shock as favor clothes you like a robe of royalty. I see the hand of God writing upon the wall of your life, vindicated, restored, elevated. And hear me, this trembling is not only for your protection, but for your promotion. Archangel Michael trembles because he knows heaven's order. It is time. This is why your angel cannot stand still. This is why heaven could not remain silent. The hidden battles that nearly broke you will become the testimonies that elevate you. The betrayals that pierced your soul will become the very evidence heaven uses to crown you. The delays that drained your hope will become the stage for sudden breakthrough. Beloved child, you are stepping into the hour of exposure, not your shame exposed, but your destiny revealed. Heaven says, the light is breaking through. The crown is descending. The doors are opening. The chains are breaking. Beloved one, the shaking you feel in your spirit is not fear. It is confirmation. It is the the trembling of heaven, signaling that what was hidden is now being unveiled. Your angel trembles because the scrolls of destiny are being unsealed in your name for too long. The enemy has whispered lies. You are forgotten. You are unworthy. You are too broken to be chosen. Those lies sought to bury you under shame, to make you doubt the very love that has carried you since birth. But today, truth rises like fire. You were never forgotten. You were always chosen, and your worth is stamped not by the rejection of man, but by the seal of God Himself. Hear me. The betrayals that left you questioning your value were not signs of abandonment, but signs of destiny. Do you know why you were betrayed? Because the enemy feared your loyalty. Do you know why you were overlooked? Because the enemy feared your influence. Do you know why you were delayed? Because the enemy feared your acceleration. But now the trembling announces, enough is enough, beloved. Heaven is not only defending you, heaven is promoting you. Archangel Michael trembles because the order has shifted from defense to advancement. For years, angels guarded you from being destroyed. But now, they gather to escort you into the place prepared for you. The trembling is the sound of armies repositioning. The shaking is the vibration of heavenly gates opening. I see it even now. Rivers that were dammed up suddenly bursting forth, flooding dry ground with abundance. I see locked vaults opening, treasures long hidden being placed into your hands. I see a courtroom in heaven where your accusers once shouted, now silenced, as the judge declares, case dismissed, restoration ordered. Beloved child, listen carefully. You are not entering an ordinary season. You are entering the fulfillment of prophetic timing. There are moments in history when heaven says, now. This is one of those moments. This is why your angel trembles, because the word now has been released over your life. The inheritance that was delayed is no longer held back. The blessings that were tied up are being loosed. The promises that seemed far away are standing at your door. And not only promises of survival, promises of overflow. You will not simply endure, you will reign. You will not simply recover, you will be restored double. Beloved, I must show you the fullness of this imagery. I see a prison cell, dark and damp, where you once sat in despair. The chains are broken. The door swings wide. But here is the miracle. Not only are you free to leave, but treasures that were once stolen are being carried out with you. You do not leave empty-handed. You leave with crowns, with keys, with scrolls of destiny in your arms. This is what the trembling signifies. The enemy who tried to strip you will be forced to repay. The betrayers who mocked you will be forced to witness your elevation. The darkness that tried to silence you will now become the backdrop for your shining. And hear me, beloved, this is not just about your life alone. The revelation you receive today is generational. The breakthrough being released is not stopping with you. It will flow to your children, to your family, 2 generations unborn. What once looked like a curse running through your bloodline will be broken today. The trembling of your angel is the sound of generational chains snapping. This is why the message carries the title. Urgent Alert. Archangel Michael says, your angel is trembling for you. 'Cause your angel trembles not only for the battles you endured, but for the victory that is about to touch everyone connected to you. Beloved, pause and feel it. The tingling in your skin, the weight lifting from your chest, the sudden warmth in your spirit. These are confirmations. Do not dismiss them. They are heaven's way of telling you, this word is for you. This moment is real. The trembling is the threshold. You stand now on the edge of a divine crossing. Behind you lies every disappointment, every betrayal, every night of tears. Before you lies crowns, open doors, flowing rivers, and divine inheritance. Step forward. Take the hand of your trembling angel. Walk through the gate that heaven has opened. For the revelation is clear. You are no longer bound. You are no longer delayed. You are no longer overlooked. Heaven has spoken, and earth must obey. Archangel Michael trembles because he knows the outcome has already been decided. Victory is yours. Beloved child, you have heard the validation of your pain and the revelation of your warfare. But now, heaven speaks of promises. Promises not vague, not distant, but specific, timed, and overflowing. This is the part your trembling angel has been waiting to deliver into your hands. Heaven says, your wait is over. Your season of mourning is closing. Your chapter of delay is finished. Now comes the release. Do you see it? The chains are not just broken, they are replaced with keys. The very bonds that once imprisoned you are now turned into tools of authority. Where you were bound, you will now unlock. Where you were trapped, you will now free others. The scars you carry will shine as testimonies, proof that heaven's power works in the deepest wounds. Beloved, promises are not abstract. They are written, they are scheduled, and they are sealed. Let me tell you what heaven has already released. For you, there are resources that were long delayed, opportunities that slipped through your fingers, promotions that were denied. Heaven says, these are returning. Within the coming days and weeks, unexpected provision will come. An email, a call, a door that was once locked will swing wide. You will not scramble for scraps. You will sit at tables of abundance. Archangel Michael trembles because the order has been signed. Provision is on its way. Your heart was broken by betrayal, and you thought love had died, but heaven declares, I restore. Relationships fractured will see healing. People divinely appointed to your journey will be drawn to you. Watch as apologies arrive, as reconnections occur, as loyal voices surround you. Your angel trembles because heaven is realigning. Your circle, beloved, the stress and weight of your battles have touched your body, but heaven says restoration flows even now. Strength will return, energy will rise. The heaviness pressing upon your chest, the anxiety racing through your veins will lift. Your body will feel lighter, your mind clearer. Signs of renewal will appear quickly, confirming that what was drained is being refilled. Above all, heaven promises a new closeness with the divine. You will hear clearer, see sharper, feel stronger. The confusion that clouded your prayers will vanish. Dreams will become messages. Scriptures will come alive. You will sense your angel's presence, not only in trembling, but in peace. Spirit will whisper confirmations through numbers, through songs, through unexpected encounters. These will be your signs, beloved. These promises are not for someday. They are marked with urgency. Heaven says, this week will not end without signs appearing. Within 7 days, you will know this word is true. The trembling of your angel is the countdown. Heaven's alarm clock ringing until you notice the shift. And here is how you will know. A sudden message, call, or encounter that feels out of place, yet perfectly timed. Repeated numbers catching your eye. 111, 333, 777, reminding you of heaven's alignment. A dream so vivid it lingers in your spirit when you wake. A wave of peace rushing into your chest even when nothing around you changes. Do not dismiss these signs. They are heaven's fingerprints. They are the proof that what was promised is unfolding before your eyes. Beloved one, promises are not only about what you will receive, but about who you will become. Heaven declares you will no longer walk as one who carries authority. You will speak, and doors will open. You will pray, and answers will come. You will step into rooms, and the atmosphere itself will shift. The trembling of Michael is not only because of what is being given to you, but because of what is being awakened in you. For too long, you have thought of yourself as small, forgotten, broken. Heaven says today, you are chosen. You are anointed. You are an instrument of breakthrough. And beloved, this is only the beginning. There is more to reveal, more promises to declare, For heaven does not merely give enough, heaven gives in overflow, beloved one. Hear this clearly. Heaven never delivers a half promise. When God speaks, He does not give you crumbs. He sets before you a table overflowing. The trembling of Quink, the trembling of Archangel Michael is proof that what is being handed to you is not small, but abundant, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For every word spoken against you in secret, for every lie that tarnished your name, for every false accusation that made you feel unworthy, heaven decrees vindication. The same mouths that whispered against you will be silenced. Heaven says, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Vindication is not revenge, it is divine justice. And justice has been ordered in your favor. Beloved, you thought time was wasted. You thought years were lost. But heaven says, restoration will not only return what was stolen, it will accelerate you beyond what you imagined. What should have taken years will happen in months. Delayed projects will suddenly burst into completion. Closed doors will open with such speed that you will struggle to keep up with the blessings. The trembling of your angel is the sound of acceleration beginning. This is not a season of just enough. This is a season of more than enough. You will see unexpected provision, not only meeting your needs, but spilling into the lives of others. Opportunities will multiply, creativity will flow, resources will appear. Heaven says, you will not live on survival. You will live in overflow, and your overflow will be a testimony to everyone who once thought you were finished, beloved. These promises are not for some distant horizon. They are for this moment, this season. And the trembling of your angel is the confirmation that the time is now. But hear me, with every promise comes a sign. Heaven will not let you walk blind. Pay attention to the confirmations that will unfold around you. Undeniable and unshakable. A sudden opportunity that feels almost too perfect to be coincidence. A dream or vision that repeats more than once. A conversation where someone unknowingly speaks the very words you prayed in secret. A peace so strong it silences the chaos in your mind. These are not ordinary moments. They are heaven's seal upon your promise. And beloved, heaven emphasizes urgency. The promise is not casual. The promise is not vague. The promise is now. Within the coming 7 days, signs will appear. Within the next 24 hours, your spirit will feel the shift. And within this very week, something undeniable will break open. Your angel trembles because the countdown has begun. And once heaven starts the clock, nothing in earth or hell can stop it. Beloved, picture it with me. I see you standing at a doorway, glowing with light. On one side is everything you endured, the shadows, the betrayals, the nights of tears. On the other side is your inheritance, crowns, treasures, overflowing rivers. And Michael himself stands, trembling beside you, his sword blazing, declaring, "Step forward. It is yours. Do not shrink back. Do not say, maybe later. This is your now." The trembling of your angel is heaven's alarm bell, and it will not stop until you move. Step forward, beloved, for your inheritance waits, for heaven has spoken. Your finances will rise, your relationships will heal, your health will strengthen, your spirit will soar, your destiny will shine, and all of this will happen not because you begged, but because you were chosen. So receive it now. Let your heart whisper yes. Let your spirit lean in, because the promises of heaven are flowing, and nothing, no betrayal, no delay, no enemy can stop what God has released for you. Beloved one, pause here and look at how far you've come in this message. From the trembling of your angel, to the validation of your pain, to the revelation of hidden battles, to the promises now unfolding, everything has been building to this point. And heaven does not repeat itself without reason. When God says something more than once, it is because He wants it carved so deeply into your heart that no doubt can erase it. So let me say it again. You are chosen. No betrayal, no rejection, no silence can change that. You are vindicated. Heaven itself has ruled in your favor. You are provided for. Resources, opportunities, and blessings are on their way. You are restored. Every tear you cried will return as joy. You are accelerated. What was delayed for years will now move quickly. Beloved, repetition is not weakness, it is power. Heaven engraves truth through echo. Just as waves crash again and again against the shore, heaven sends this word again and again to wash away your fear. Think of how many times the enemy repeated lies to you. You are forgotten. You are unworthy. You are too late. Those words circled in your mind until they felt like truth. But now, heaven repeats the opposite until your spirit knows what your heart once doubted. You are rising. You are rising. You are destined for victory. Do you feel the urgency? That quickening in your chest, that trembling in your hands, that warmth in your spirit? It is heaven pressing confirmation into your body. This is not imagination. This is not emotion. This is alignment. Beloved, you cannot stop here. You've endured too much to let go now. The promises have been spoken, the signs are on their way, and the trembling of your angel will not cease until breakthrough manifests. Your only task is to stay in faith, to say yes again and again, no matter how small the evidence looks at. First, heaven says, do not despise the small signs, the tiniest shift, the smallest opening, the quietest confirmation. These are seeds of proof, and once planted, they will grow into undeniable harvests. So rise in faith, beloved. Stand tall in hope. Declare it boldly. I receive every promise. I will not turn back. I will not doubt. I will not fear. For when your voice aligns with heaven's decree, nothing on earth can resist. Remember this: the trembling of your angel is not fear, but anticipation. Anticipation of chains breaking. Anticipation of doors opening. Anticipation of your victory becoming visible. And so, I say it one last time for this moment: you are chosen. You are vindicated. You are provided for. You are restored. You are accelerated. And nothing will stop what heaven has already decreed. Beloved child, you have walked with me through every word of this sacred release. You have heard heaven's validation. You have seen the revelation. You have received the promises, and you have felt the reinforcement echo in your spirit. Now it is time to seal this moment, to close this message with blessing so strong that no doubt, no fear, no enemy can undo what heaven has spoken. So I stretch these words over you like a mantle and decree: may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May his hand lift you above the storms that once tried to drown you. I declare over your life, the trembling of your angel is finished. For now, the trembling turns into triumph. The chains that once rattled are broken. The doors that were locked are open. The crown that hovered above your head has been placed firmly upon you. You will walk not as one overlooked, but as one anointed, chosen, and sealed. Beloved, see yourself as heaven sees you, standing tall, clothed in light, crowned in glory, surrounded by angelic hosts. Your enemies look on in shock as the very one they mocked becomes the one heaven exalts. Your tears are wiped away and joy flows like a river. Your voice rises not in despair, but in decree. You will speak and heaven will answer. You will move and doors will yield. I bless your finances. May they overflow. I bless your relationships. May they be healed and strengthened. I bless your body. May health and energy rise again. I bless your mind, may peace silence every storm. I bless your spirit, may you walk in closeness with the Almighty. And above all, I bless your destiny. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No voice raised against you will stand. The time of hiding is over. The hour of unveiling is here. Beloved, remember this day. Mark it in your heart. For this is the day heaven said, enough. This is the day Archangel Michael trembled, not in fear, but in anticipation of your breakthrough. This is the day your inheritance was confirmed, and so I seal this word. It is finished. It is written. It is decreed. Heaven has spoken, and it will not be revoked. Go now in peace, beloved. Walk in power. Live in abundance. For your angel longer trembles in battle. Your angel rejoices in victory.